Hi Internet viewers, Frank Rauscher again. And the last time on the last video I should say, we went in, marked out all of the feathers on the underneath side. We burned them in, and then we lifted towards the center. And then on the outside, the outside feathers, we made them concave. I'm sorry, I'm not showing everything here. So we got all this in shape now. So what I want you to do is I'm going to thin this out a little bit on the edges, and I'm going to take you down so you can look straight down on the camera, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, bear with me a second. Okay, get my bits here. I'm going to switch over. Had some sanding I was doing here. What I want to do is I'm going to go with the Ruby Flame because it has a more pointier profile, and I want to go in. Remember, we were burning across feathers here. I'm going to go back in, create a little bit of work for myself in the sense of undercutting along here to take this down a little bit. I hope you can see this readily. Just coming in, and I'm trying to slice down. And again, I'm trying to keep the burn this time. I'm not trying to, remember we were trying to maintain the burn. And I want to reduce the material of what looks like the feather as it's going to the top side from the bottom side. And I'm going to do it on this one too, on this side. So I'm reducing that. This is only from about a quarter of an inch in, okay, from the end of the tail. And just trying to take it down. And in the middle, I want to reduce that a little bit more because it's showing this center feather is being real thick, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to reduce the thickness. Now, I know we got this all burnt up here, but to make it look good, I need to come in here at the end and take this down a little bit so it thins it out. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'm thinning this out in here so that this feather has a thinness to it, but you want to be careful so you don't go blowing through it, but you want to thin it down so it gives the illusion that the feather is very thin going all the way through there. And I'm looking at this, and this feather right here still seems high. Then I'm going to come over on this side and take that down and go this way. I think I can see it's happening better. And you got to be gentle with this, you're not trying to really dig in. You're just trying to get just enough out at the end to make it look thin. Okay, and these all start thinning out here, and sometimes you got to reduce this side and that side, but be very gentle with it because you don't have a lot of material there, and you don't want to go too get too rambunctious. And then what you want to do is blend it back a little bit. And then you're going to have to reburn this. But that's the idea. We're trying to clean this up. Okay. Now, I think we got everything in good shape here. So the only other thing we need to do to get the bottom going now is this has a quill. Let me raise this up a little bit so you can see it. And I'm drawing a straight line down. Yeah, sure. Trying to draw a straight line down. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is actually make a double line and then join it about 3/4 of the way down, similar to what we did on the center one here. So I'm going to take right down the center of the feather, and then I'm going to get one alongside of it and drift it down to 3/4 of the way down. Now I'm going to get my pen. Now here's where resting it on something. See, if I was doing this, I got to get my finger onto my hand or onto the piece to guide it, okay, when I'm holding it. So you're not doing this. And boy, this really makes it shaky and hard to follow the lines, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm bringing this rest in. It could be a block of wood, like I said, or anything else like that. And I lay this, and I put it on there, and then I follow one of my lines right on down to the end, and then I follow it with another line right next to it and join up. That was a little early. You want to take it about 3/4 of the way down. And take this right here. Then I'll put a second line. They both joined up early. Not a big deal. Now, I got my quills in, and the only other place you're going to see a quill is in this center feather here. So I'm going to drive a line right down through there. Now, we're going to do 45 in this way, and all the ones going towards the center are going to be 45 in this way. So let me show you that. So I'm going to come in here. And again, I'm burning from the inside out, which is different than we've done on other ones. And because you got the feathers on the thinner side, don't press too hard. Let the pen do the burning for you. And so I'll come along here, trying to keep them as close as I can get to each other and on the same angle. Okay, that's the outside one. Then I'm going this way. Into the quill. On this side. Opposite what we did to the other side. When I get down to the end here, I try to have a lighter hand so I don't go pressing through the feather. And just go easy Now, one of the things I should have done was finish the rump before I did this burning. I'm realizing that now, but we'll proceed on. I'm only making a little more work for myself because I got to finish this rump yet, and it takes a lower profile. We may have to touch up a little bit of the wood burning down here, but if you're following the videos, you'll see that you could do the rump first, so that would probably come up on the next video, and then you can do the burning afterwards. But I'm trying to give you the idea of the burn. Now I'm using the point to burn these. I'm sort of tilting this thing up so that I'm not burning everything in sight. I'm just staying on the feather that I'm trying to burn. Okay. And I'm going to do this. And don't press too hard. You have a thinness of your tail feathers that you want to try to preserve. Now, I'm coming in here. Hope I'm on target here with the camera. This gets real tight in here because we're really getting down to very close setups as far as the feather lines go. So I'm trying to get this all textured out as best I can. And then on that center one, you're going to have a 45 on this side and a 45 on that side. So little. Now, you're going to burn the same thing on the other side, but what I wanted to show you also that you need to do, remember when we came along and we sent this down through the wing to get separation? And I know I need to do more as far as getting a roll out here. We started out by undercutting this like this. Now, I want you to come in like this and get it away from the feather, the wing I should say. Then what I'm going to do, the best way, because it covers a lot more area and you can do it better, and that's with the pear. Pear's a lot more forgiving and won't dig in like I said before. So we rolled it out, but if I got a pencil and just lay this down and just ran this slightly, there's an edge right here, and you can now see it because when I hit it with the pencil, it's got little edges. I need you to come in here and with the pear, roll that around. So we have a nice roll around. So it's coming out of the wing and rolling up and over, not a wall, okay? So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get, especially where we tried to get separation back here. And I'm trying to get a nice round over right in here. And if I move the edge to here, that means I need to roll more. So you want to get this rolling. Okay, I don't know if you can see the profile coming around here, but that's what I'm trying to achieve. And you're going to do that on both sides. Now, let me show you what I need you to do. These wings have texture on the underneath side, believe it or not. So what I'm going to do is all along that little lip on a 45-degree angle. I'm not going into the breast area. I'm just doing that one area. I'm making marks in this direction. It only comes up a little bit. It doesn't come up all the way. But you want to get enough texture on the underneath side. Now this is 45ing into what would be like the center of the body. You know, you're aiming up that way. And I'm going to ask you to keep it tight too and get that little bit. This just makes for nice finish work. Okay. Now, we have a little lip in here where the wing sort of lifts a little bit, so you're going to still be marching right down under that. So I hope you could see this. Same thing, 45 and right down and under here. Now this is where a thinner blade will allow you to get in there and not be so thick. And you could come in and texture right on up under there. Okay, and I went about halfway on the 45, and then I'll do it on this side. Okay, so then what we want to do is come back. Remember, we took this down a little bit and did some undercutting. So I'm going to come back and touch them up from the inside out again. And we finished this. Let me just come back here. It looks like I might have missed a couple. I'm getting that in there. Hope you guys can see that readily. And we're back in business. So I'm going to burn a couple more inward like that. Now you're going to do this side the same way as that. And you're going to do this side, which is burning 45 on this side and 45 on this side. Well, it's not quite 45, but we can maintain it. Again, this is a better way of doing it. You have more control to do the burn this way when you have it resting on something. And you can hear a little flicker every time I do the end here. So go easy when you're pressing in, because you are getting thinner and you don't want to blow through that feather. At the same time, you want to come up to the ends, okay, when you're burning. So you're coming this way from the quill out on a 45 degree. Okay. And then you're going this way, the rest of this. Then 45 and on these, this way, this way, this way, and this way. So why don't you go ahead and do the rest of it, and then what I'll do is I'll pick you up on the next video, and we'll have all this burnt, and then we start on the rump, okay? So we will have our tail done. Both sides are going to be burnt on top here, as well as everything being burnt on the bottom. So I hope you enjoyed what you saw. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you could subscribe to my channel, I'd appreciate that too. And we will take you on a journey the next time to do the rump, and then we start on the breast, okay? So we'll see you on the next video. And I thank you again. Bye now.